Justin calls the shots in style with a wink and a knowing smile. Joe's got tricks up every sleeve. George builds dreams you won't believe. Jason flips ideas on cue. Mark and Nate, a comedic duo. Rolling around the circus spins, where the chaos always wins. Nate's the clown with a sly grin. It's Funday Draft, let the games begin.
I was wondering if that song was ever going to end.
It's the song that never ends.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Funday Draft Show. We have a kind of a little special twist to the show today because we don't typically do fantasy football stuff on the show anymore. But this is the weekend that all of us guys would normally be getting together at Canton. And I believe it was Jason that mentioned we should all get together again virtually. And so I thought, you know what, if we're getting together on the weekend that would normally be our football weekend, hanging out with the guys, we may as well make it a football draft, a mock fantasy football draft. So that's what we're doing on the Funday Draft Show today. Also, for those of you that caught the last episode, you'll notice that we took out the Wheel of Consequences for one episode to try it out. Not saying that we're going to go with or without it moving forward. I think there's going to be shows where it's in and out, but it is back today in action. The Wheel of Consequences will be here for the it's going to provide a special little twist to this fantasy draft. So fellas, thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out and drafting. Sure do miss seeing you guys this weekend, that's for sure.
Missing you guys too this weekend. It's a little bittersweet. It's the first one we've missed in a good long time. So, yep. Maybe next year.
Yeah, at the very least, we got to do Friday night at Canton so that George and I can get that George's Challenge in.
Yeah,
I think both of us can do it. I think we can.
I think so. I think we can. I think we could crush it.
I mean, separately, like we each have our own plate. I think we can do it.
Hey, so I do want to throw our first comment out our second comment, because Eli says hi. And he said, let's go. He said, let's go.
Yeah.
But then we got a Chris's videos. Said, didn't know we changed our name. And then letting us know it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
happy birthday, day one, Chris.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, our number one subscriber.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, appreciate you tuning in. This will be fun. And
we did this day just for you, Chris.
That's right.
I love the fact that we've had Mark begging and begging and begging to do a mock draft, and then we agreed to do one, and he can't make it. So, Mark, sucker, you're a sucker. I'm glad you couldn't make it.
I thought this was going to be a "we miss you, buddy," so I was giving this.
Hell no, hell no. Listen, me and Mark talk almost on a daily basis in our little wrestling chat. Me, him, and David, and Mark could be a pain in the ass sometimes. So I'm glad he's not here.
Love it.
Love you, Mark.
Mark's not watching this.
Oh, I know he's not, but I just want to make it sound like I care.
Just because we're not doing football content anymore doesn't mean we're not giving up fantasy football in general. So I know a number of you guys are in Scott Fish. So are you all four of you in it?
Yep, I am.
Yeah, I am.
I did not apply this time around, so because I knew I was taking this hiatus. So how did you fare?
Well, I almost actually didn't participate in it for the first time in like almost 8 or 9 years. I got really sick leading up to the live draft in Orlando, to the point where I actually had to pull out of the live draft. I didn't want to go and get anybody else sick, basically. So
Mark
I gave up.
Somewhere playing a tiny fiddle for you.
Well, it gets better. So I gave up my spot. And then the next day I got a phone call from John Bosch saying, hey, we had to move somebody from the Tennessee Volunteers division over to the Kansas City live draft at last minute. They've already started their live draft, but would you be interested in taking over the team? This way you can at least still stay in the fishbowl. And I said, sure, why not? So I've got a team that I absolutely would not have drafted ever in 1,000 years. But I'm in it. So that's all that I can ask for.
Yeah. And that's not what Scott Fish is all about anyway. So, so what you're doing is helping the cause. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I went completely different. I went hero RB. Usually I'm an RB early, an RB often kind of guy. But towards the back end of the rounds where I drafted, value wasn't there, so I have McCaffrey and then a bunch of wide receivers, which is not a normal thing for me, but we'll just see how it goes. Oftentimes, the teams I hate the most are the ones that do the best. So here's hoping.
Yeah, interesting fact is I know me, Jason, and George, we always talk how we always go running back heavy, but I actually did the same thing. I don't think I drafted my first running back until I think round 7, round 8 and stuff. So it was interesting and stuff like that. But I mean, starting out 1-2, I went Chase and came back and got Burrow. So I was happy with that.
Oh, nice. That's one of the easier stacks to get right now, I think, just because of where they're falling. Like, obviously, Chase is going to be that top pick if it's PPR, or at least real close to it. And then, on that 2-3 turn, because like the whole quarterback, waiting on the quarterback sort of thing has kind of gone to the wayside here lately, especially with the running points that you can get with quarterbacks. Like, quarterbacks are moving back up boards, at least those top 3, 4, 5. And then, of course, Burrow, he's not necessarily a rushing quarterback, but with all the weapons he's got, he's going to get passing touchdowns like crazy. Like,
yeah, it's spot 4. So
I've done the same thing in all my mocks so far. I've always been very heavy running back, but I'm finding more and more that I'll get out of 4 rounds and only have 2 running backs, and then not take another one until later and hit those rookies pretty heavy further on down the lot.
That's basically how the draft that I took over went. The first running back that they drafted went in the 4th round. 4-9 was James Conner. And then the next running back that was taken wasn't taken until the 11th round, which was J.K. Dobbins, which I do like that pick. But there's 2 quarterbacks and a tight end all taken before a second running back. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide receivers.
Well, and the good thing about Scott Fishbowl this year is you don't have to start a particular position. It's all
correct.
Flex. You can only start 2 quarterbacks, but so there's 2 super flex, but everything else is just a standard flex. So, you don't actually have to start a running back if you don't have one, which is nice. It's an interesting way to do a league. Getting back to the Burrow and Chase stack, George and I in our home league last year had a guy who had Burrow, Higgins, and Chase, and I almost lost to him in the playoffs. That it was the one down game they had towards the end of the year, where they only scored, I think, 2 touchdowns total instead of their normal 4. So I got lucky, but man, that team was hard to watch. When I think, George, did you get bounced by them?
No, I didn't even make the playoffs.
Okay.
I had a really bad year.
Somebody got bounced by them, and it was like 2 touchdowns to Chase, 2 touchdowns to Higgins, and all 4 to Joe Burrow. And it's just like nobody else on his team had to do anything.
Yep, it was one of those where if he hit, and he won the week with those 3 players. And if they had a down game, he lost. There was no in between.
So, Joe, down there, you're awful quiet. Did you not join Scott Fish this year?
I've never been in Scott Fish, but I've definitely heard a lot about Scott Fish through all of you over the past 4 or 5 years. So, no, but I've never been in Fish.
But if you ever want in, there's enough people here that are in your crowd, your inner circle that
my buddies.
I'm sure we could make it happen. So
yeah. No, I appreciate that.
Know the ins and outs of how to get in.
I appreciate it. I'm in 3 leagues and that's good enough for me. So I've definitely been looking for the past year or 2 to keep my life as very basic. Basic is easy and happy, and keeping my life very basic as possible.
I was gonna share the secret sauce, but if Joe's not interested, I won't share the secret sauce.
Unless you're viewing this right now and you need to DM George on X at George Reed FF. Maybe he might be able to help give you those insides if you need to. But
I'll go ahead and share because it is for charity, and you know how much I care for anything really charity related. So first thing you need.
DM him.
Yeah, no, you can go ahead and DM me. You're going to have to anyway, and you'll understand here in just a second. So the first thing you do is reach out to me on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, like Justin said. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and just say, hey, I'm interested in joining the Scott Fish Bowl. How do I get in there? First thing I'm going to tell you to do, sign up. You can't get in if you don't sign up. So you got to sign up. Follow fantasycares.org on X, follow Scott Fish, and then what you do is you make a large donation to Fantasy Cares. Second thing you do, and I'll send this all to you in a DM, you mail me a check for $25 and I will get you in, no problem.
There you go.
I was gonna say though, the one thing about Fishbowl that they don't play with monster cards, so it sounds like amateur.
All right, I get the hint there. Frankensteak will be back next year, guys. I need this little bit of time off. I'm really focusing on this.
Cool. I am looking forward to Frank.
Yeah,
I'm going to save my 4th league for next year for Frank.
There you go.
Oh, so before the show started, we did a little blind draw sort of thing. George won the draw. He chose the right number 2, so he gets to draft in that number 1 first spot. And then from there, we're going around the horn. So Rich is going to get the 2nd pick. Joe gets the 3rd pick. I'll have 4. Jason will have 5. On the sleeper, when Jason shows the screen here in a little bit, it's going to show a 6 team. That's just a dummy team. I really just wanted this to be a 5-team mock draft, just to do something wild and crazy, because that's what we do with the Funday Draft. Normally, we're drafting all kinds of other crazy stuff like cartoon characters or music or wrestlers, movies, actors, whatever. But this time it's going to be fantasy football centric. And this round is brought to you by A&W, the unofficial official root beer of the Funday Draft Show. Oh, it's cream. It's the cream sundae ice cream. And it's very blurred out because they don't want us to get hit. They don't want us to get. So, thank you, StreamYard.
It looked good. It looked good because Jason was taking a sip, and I saw him look at the can admiringly.
Yes.
Thinking damn, that's really good.
Yeah.
I got it for the first time today. It really tastes like an ice cream sundae. It's the first one I've had. I don't know how they do it, but that thing is delicious.
Yeah,
lots and lots of artificial flavoring.
Well, listen, we can keep that up for all I care.
Sold.
I heard artificial flavoring takes your hair away.
I've been having it a long time.
Worth it. Nothing artificial in Fritos, is there?
Yeah. Fritos all organic.
Just a whole bunch of pink dye.
All right, let's get on with the show here. We've got Jason. If you could go ahead and share, I want to figure out which screen is best to use here. Do we want to go with this one or this one?
That one, because then I can see your face.
All right. All right. George has the number 1 pick. So real quick, let me do a rundown. We have 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, a tight end, 2 flex, and a super flex. But then we also have 3 bench spots. This is going to be a best ball format. And the reason I say that is because as the season goes, I'm going to keep track of this so that we can see who the wheel of consequences helped and hurt the most, and we'll kind of review it after the season's over before we do one of our other drafts. Are you okay? Those dogs are loud. Is he talking about my dogs?
No, he's talking about my dogs because my daughter and her friend is taking them for a walk, and one of them can't contain his excitement when he goes. So
No, understood. All right, so George, you want to get us kicked off here?
I will as soon as the draft starts.
Ah,
I've had lots of time to think about my selection. It's not a difficult one. Probably one of the most safest guys, in my opinion, right now in all of fantasy, Jamar Chase.
Can't go wrong with that.
Very solid pick, and I think you just took that just because I said I had him.
No. I listen. If he was there too, I would have taken him. But I love his quarterback. The offense goes through him. He's one of the safest picks. Justin Jefferson, I would have probably taken him, but he's got an iffy quarterback, and I didn't want to take a running back first overall.
Solid pick. I know we were talking about RB superhero, or however you want to say it, but in this case, I will definitely not go running back hero, and I will take Mr. Bijan Robinson.
Bijan Robinson. All right, cool. Yeah, I've seen him. I was just saying to the guys earlier off screen, and by the way, for you in the audience, you see me looking at this way. I am looking at everybody. I've got my camera here, but my big monitor over here, so I am seeing it. I am paying attention to everybody. But I did wake up from my football slumber from over the past few months, and I started paying attention like yesterday to what's going on in their fantasy world. And I was actually kind of surprised to see Bijan Robinson as kind of like at least the top RB in like all these rankings that I was checking out yesterday. Does everyone agree with that? Like over Saquon? Because I am going to take Saquon, who I will take right now. But for me, Saquon was still clear-cut number one, regardless of format. Obviously, Rich wanted, he had his choice. He went for Bijan, but that's just what I saw yesterday in a bunch of different formats or rankings from different sites, and I was surprised.
Well, Rich, you're the one that chose Bijan over Barkley. So, what was your reasoning?
Who, me?
Yeah.
To me, look, Barkley is going to have regression. So he had an awesome season last week. And look, that's one thing I always look at when I'm drafting and stuff like that is, look, how often do your number ones that finish out the year have a solid performance the following year and stuff? So, look, Bijan didn't have a bad season last year, but look, he's primed to be that number one this year. So
the narrative that I've heard knocking Saquon down is the absolute volume he got last year. Yeah. And then the following year, people that get that kind of volume often fall off a cliff. Yeah. I don't necessarily see it because I think Saquon's young enough, and the years that he had in New York, let's just say he was well rested in New York a whole bunch. So I don't know that he had the miles on the tread that like some of those other players had when they had the season before. Yeah. But that at least is the narrative going around on why people have Saquon a little bit lower.
Yeah, I mean, and you guys sit there and think about it. I mean, look, he had some long runs, a lot of long runs, a lot of touchdown runs and stuff like that. But what did he not have a lot of is a lot of close 5-yard touchdowns, because he still have the tush push with Jalen Hurts and stuff like that. So that's a factor into it when I look at it. Look, he had a great season and stuff like that. I just think Bijan's going to have one of those seasons, and he's due for it.
Yeah, and if you figure the injury history with Saquon, and for him to have that many touches without getting injured, it's kind of like you're playing with fire. Jason, could you hit that noise icon there, the sound icon there?
Which one? I'm sorry.
It's at the top, just above your name, your avatar. Not that one. The next one. There you go. And that'll stop with the beep. So my draft pick here, Joe, I was hoping that you were going to help me out here. I should have known you were going to go with Saquon, though, with the Giants ties and the fact that he was the best running back last season. Like, it all makes sense. I was hoping you were going wide receiver so you could make this Justin Jefferson versus CeeDee Lamb choice for me. But since it is PPR, I am going to go with wide receiver here in the first round. I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb over Justin Jefferson, and that mostly has everything to do with the question marks at quarterback, and the fact that CeeDee Lamb has only done better and better every single year. If he has even a fraction of the progression that he had from last season, he's going to be a guaranteed top 3. And there's more question marks, I think, with J.J. McCarthy and that Minnesota offense. So that's the only reason I'm giving a tiebreaker here. But to me, they are 2A and 2B.
Man, I guess you didn't see the injury he had last night.
I did not. I mean,
really?
It doesn't say questionable.
The ref took him out. You didn't see that?
Shut up.
No, seriously, CeeDee Lamb was on the sideline, wasn't playing, was kind of watching the play, had his hands up in the air celebrating, and the ref full on ran into the back of him. I mean, he's fine. Rich is joking about that, but if I do implore you to go watch the video of it, it is the only. Dallas is the only team that could have a contact injury to one of their stars off the field.
Jason, you know what this pick reminds me of? And listen, first off, I'm glad CeeDee Lamb's okay, right? But if he wasn't, like let's say, for example, last night he tore his ACL or something like that, heaven forbid, and then Justin takes him in the first round, reminds me of the time I took Jordy Nelson, and then in the second round, and then in the 6th round of our draft, word comes out he tore his ACL and was done for the year.
Yeah, see, I thought that you were gonna throw salt in my wound about Andrew Luck retiring a half a round after I took him in the 5th round.
No, that's too personal for me to bring up to you, especially with you being a Colts fan. No, I couldn't do that to you. I mean, I could. Don't get me wrong, I could, but I wouldn't. I would not.
Or the time you guys took Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, that one's stinging a little bit too. But hey, Danny Dimes is about to save us.
Joe will tell you all about that.
After all this time, I finally see what Joe saw in him.
It's funny.
It's Danny Dollars.
The year before he signed his extension, I did say at the end of one show, Justin, I said, you were busting on Dimes, and I said, Justin, I guarantee he's your quarterback next year.
Yes, you did.
It took about another 2 years, but he did wind up on your team.
Yes, you did. And you were saying we're going to continue that Colts and Giants connection because we had the Mannings.
Mannings, absolutely. I'll always be rooting for Dimes.
All right, Jason.
Justin, I have to before I make my pick here. What am I doing with Team 6?
Yeah, just choose any random player. You can just click on where it says 106, like in that box.
Yeah.
Just click in that box, and it'll let you manually input a team.
I mean, am I picking like random, like anybody? Like let's just say Jameis Winston.
Maybe you should take the highest ranked player.
I would say draft anybody ranked 400 and lower.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a couple. I got a couple names. I'm gonna go with my favorite running back.
I knew you were gonna take
Bucky Irving.
No, I love Bucky, but
he plays in Detroit.
Yeah, my favorite running back currently is Jahmyr Gibbs. The guy is electric, and if Montgomery happens to not play well, Jahmyr Gibbs is the running back one, and the only reason I think he's not the running back one now is that Montgomery's not there. But the dude is electric every time he touches the ball on a good offense. I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs, and then wait a minute.
That's fine. That's fine. Just click on Justin Jefferson, and it'll allow you to change it.
That's good. It's realistic. I like it.
That is random as random can be.
So all right. So we're just gonna change to Kua as well.
Yeah. We're just gonna have 5 teams.
Todd Gurley. What could have been if his knees were healthy?
Oh, I see where you're going with this. Yes. See if Andrew on there.
Hold on.
Well, save Luck for another pick.
Yeah, he's actually not there. But all right. I have a better pick at quarterback for Team 6 later on. This one is really tough in a PPR. So if I hadn't gone Jahmyr Gibbs, I absolutely would have gone Amon-Ra St. Brown over Justin Jefferson. But I do think Justin Jefferson has a hamstring issue right now, soft tissue issues, and more than that, he's got J.J. McCarthy issue. We saw Sam Darnold last year actually be able to get Justin Jefferson the ball. I think McCarthy will be able to do the same thing. So I'm going to go Justin Jefferson, even though here, if I hadn't taken Gibbs, Amon-Ra would be the pick. So Justin Jefferson's off the board to me.
Justin, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to snipe Joe on this pick.
You need me? You said you need me to take Malik Neighbors? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I need you to snipe Joe on this pick.
He means get Danny Dimes.
So here's the problem with needing to snipe Joe and taking Neighbors. I'm afraid that if I do that, my guy's not going to get back to me, and so I have to take. I've got to take my guy here, and it's a guy that I ain't scared of. Like, I've seen his ADP drop as low as, well, towards the beginning of the offseason. This was like late second round. He's slowly been moving back up. I feel like his ADP it shows ADP right here on Sleeper. It's currently sitting at 13. So that's the first pick in the second round. Yeah. And in my home league, I've got the 11th pick. I'm scared that he's going to fall to me at 11 because of how quickly his ADP is going up, because we're not drafting for another 2 weeks. But I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey. I'm not scared of the injury. They say he looks great. They say he's 100% full go. And last season during the offseason, he had a little issue. He was sitting out. We heard these little stories that he's going to be fine. But this time we're actually seeing him play. And then also every single time that he's missed time, like a large chunk of time, the following season, he's winning fantasy leagues. So so I'm not scared of this guy at all. If I had the 101 in fantasy football drafts, I would take Christian McCaffrey hands down.
I get it too. I get it.
I don't know about that. You had the 104 here, and you didn't take him first.
I mean, you know your room. You got to know your room. Like, if I were the 101 in like an actual draft, I know he's not getting back to me in the second round. So that's why I would. So here, I knew I had the fourth pick, and then I just needed Jason to not take him, and I knew that wasn't going to happen. So I knew I could get him in the second round, and I'm confident he wasn't going to make it back to me in the third.
He was not, by the way.
Nice. Thanks for that.
I would have taken him at the back end of the second, without a doubt.
Gotcha.
Well, just so you know, Justin, you did wind up sniping me. I was going to. So in some sort of perverse or reverse logic, you wound up sniping me.
Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that.
It's a pretty decent consolation prize, though.
All right, so it's PPR. Yeah, I got a lot of good players I see one player up there and just like, what is that guy doing there? No way. Get out of here. All right. Screw it. You know what? It's between Malik Neighbors and you know what?
Hey, Joe, I'm going to need you to snipe Rich for me, please.
No, that's a possibility.
He said no.
Do it, Joe.
Let me see. Damn. Yeah, you think so? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So, but you know what, Rich, he was, I'd say, like in my top 3 conversation. I'd go running back. It wasn't personal. It was business. I love.
I said it wasn't personal. It was business.
I love running backs. I feel so insecure when I end the draft and I don't have running backs that I love.
Dude, you were not picking Genty until George said that.
I was saying it was between Neighbors, Puka, and actually probably 2 other players. Well, actually Devin Achane and because he's just a monster when he's healthy. But Genty is just looking like Saquon possibility, second generation.
Well, hey, Rich, you can totally snipe George here with A-Chain.
Take A-Chain because I'm not drafting him.
I know you weren't. I was just trying to keep it going.
Hey, Rich, if you could do me a favor, don't snipe me.
You guys are killing me. I was like, I was going to take Genty at 2, but I was like, nobody's going to worry about Genty. He'll fall back to me freaking.
I love my running backs, man. And I believe in the dude.
Yeah, that's who I was going to pick. I ain't going to lie and stuff like that. So, with that being said, because I know everybody's always about sniping, I'm just going to go ahead and take my other guy now and get Mr. Brock Bowers because, look, when we're in a small league like this, I know it's going to be, I know it ain't tight end premier or anything like that, but volume is everything, and Bowers is all about volume. So
actually, I was going to take him on the turn at third round,
but he wouldn't have made it back to you.
If we were there, I would have taken.
He would have made it back to Rich in the next round because I definitely was not taking Brock Bowers or any tight end.
I kind of figured that. I kind of figured he would and stuff like that. But look, I'm not taking any chances with all these clowns on here, man.
So I'm on the clock. The problem with doing like a 5-man league is there's just so much talent.
Yeah.
But I am much like Jason. I'm on the end, so it's a long trip back before I get my next pick.
Well, not that long.
I mean, it's 10 picks. So if there's somebody I want now,
there's 8 picks.
If there's somebody, well, including my 2, and the N2, even though they're like Des Bryant and Todd Gurley, I'm just so curious to see at the end of the year if this team 1.6, if they have any points whatsoever. That would be. I'm looking forward to that. All right, so I could go wide receiver, or I could go running back. I've got a bunch of flex positions I've got to fill as well. All right, I'm going to go with Amon-Ra St. Brown. Great offense, wonderful quarterback. I don't care how anybody feels about Jared Goff. Everybody wrote him off when he went from the Rams to Detroit, and all he's done is produce in Detroit.
So just to remind everybody, we cannot spin the wheel until after the 3rd round. So,
okay, I was going to ask that.
Yep, our first 2 rounds are the 2 rounds that are safe. So that means, Joe, you securely, safely have Genty. There's no way that that Rich can get him. And I also want to remind you guys that this draft is brought to you by Greenix Pest Control. We are located in 15 different states across the country. We're talking killing mosquitoes, mice, spiders, ants, wasp, you name it. We most likely do it. Just DM me over on Blue Sky. That's at Funday Draft, or you can email the show fundaydraft@gmail.com if you need a quote. All right, round 3. Here we go.
Right. So my next pick, I'm going to go running back. It is a PPR league, so obviously your receiving running backs get, that extra bonus. But I'm going to take the guy who is just an absolute beast. He's a machine. He doesn't slow down. Great offense. You have to worry about the quarterback. I'm going to go with Derrick Henry.
Yep, nice.
So that's kind of the equivalent of the 111 right there. That's the guy that I've been staring down a lot in my mocks for the 111. So I've got him in a lot of practice drafts.
Yeah, I'm still a little salty over here because Genty went to pick before me, and it was in the safe round where you
get the opportunity here to return the favor, Rich. You know what to do.
Ooh, yeah,
I do.
Help you
and
keep
I'm only
that
going to
balance.
do this, man. No, but I don't want to have to worry about his damn toe issue.
I mean, I made it easy.
He had the toe issue last year, Rich. Same toe issue he played last year, had 170 targets.
Yeah,
I know, but Giants are starting to fall into that range, kind of like the Cowboys for me. I really don't like drafting them because I don't want them to stink up my team.
Listen,
can I tell you what issue you should worry about? The Russell Wilson issue.
They got a future Hall of Famer at quarterback. I don't know what you're talking about.
I hear it. But so I am going to go a receiver here. And you know what? just for what you did to me, Joe, I'm going to take Mr. Malik Neighbors.
Thank you for falling into my trap.
Hey, no worries and stuff like that. Like I said, I was kind of hoping.
I'm worried about his toe as well.
Well, so you know what, Joe? You know what I'd worry about with Puka?
Mm-hmm.
I'd worry about Matt Stafford's back.
I know.
I'd worry about Devontae Adams.
Yeah. I think Puka is. I think he's like Justin Jefferson. As long as he's healthy, I think he's quarterback proof. But yeah, no, Rich, I'm joking. Neighbors was going to be my pick.
Hey, we could trade right now, and I will not say anything. We'll break a little rule here. We'll just swap those 2 picks, and I'd be perfectly fine with it.
No, I'm
well, unfortunately, the first 2 rounds are locked and safe and secure. We can't change those.
All right, what are you going with, Justin?
All right, so here's my dilemma, because again, being of that running back heavy mind and knowing that McCaffrey does have a slight injury history, to say the least, typically I would be going heavy running back for the next 2 rounds. But these next 5 running backs we have on our list, we got Achane, Irving, Jacobs, Taylor, Kyron Williams, even Chase Brown. I would be confident in any one of those guys to most likely finish as an RB1 most weeks, or at least right there most weeks. So normally I would be like thirsty to get these guys on my team. But these top 4 wide receivers, in my mind, are a tier above, in PPR especially, than all of those guys. And I don't want to take a chance that Jason's going to go back-to-back wide receiver and kind of stick me with making a different choice here, because I really, really, really like Nico Collins. And again, on that turn for me in my draft from that 111 to that 202, I'm looking at a whole lot of Derrick Henry and Nico to start, and I really like that.
So I'm going to do something really kind of fun here. I made a decision early that I was going to play this draft just a little bit different. But I'm taking the first quarterback off the board, gentlemen.
Oh.
And I'm going to say, so the second quarterback off the board is going to go to team number 6.
Danny Dimes.
And then, you know, the team 6 is looking for that positional advantage over and over again. So he's going to end up with Mr. Rob Gronkowski as well.
Aside from Todd Gurley, you are finding a way to put some of my least favorite people.
How can you not like Gronkowski?
He was a Patriot for all those years. How could you like him? You're a Dolphins fan.
Exactly, but Rob Gronkowski is one of my favorite players ever in the NFL. All the dude wanted to do is go out and have a great time. Like, you never heard anything bad about him off the field. I don't care that he played for the Patriots. I can overlook that. He was just a great guy, always having fun, always going out, saying the dumbest things, and just enjoying himself. Like, I'm all about that. Go Gronk.
So I'm going to do one more thing here. Listen, with it only being 5 real teams and me searching for a bunch of weird stuff for Team 6, every running back, every wide receiver, especially in these early rounds, they're going to be good guys, right?
Yep. Right.
To me, there's only a handful of these. So I'm going to go ahead and just tap back-to-back with this being a super flex.
Yeah. I knew that was going to happen.
You did exactly
my only concern
in the next round.
The only reason I don't like what Jason just did, and listen, they're 2 great quarterbacks. I get that. We're only starting a total of 10 quarterbacks between all of us. So blowing 2 early picks, you're really not getting that much, honestly, of a positional advantage, because there's only really starting a total of 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah, no, I get you. But
if it was a 12-team league, I would love that. I would love that combo. It being a 5-team league, I'm not a big fan. I think what Rich did was taking a tight end, getting that type of a positional advantage goes a lot further in a league like this than two quarterbacks like that.
We'll see.
Just my opinion.
I don't know. I would argue the positional advantage is probably close to the same because there's about the same amount of total difference makers. But I do agree that with only having 5 teams, we're all going to have our pick of the litter at quarterback. So I don't know that I would have double tapped like that. But at the same time, I think there's only 5 real difference makers at the quarterback position. And now that 2 are off the board and there's 6 picks after me before I go again, I got to go ahead and take one now. So I'm going to go with Jaden Daniels. In most mocks here, if I'm trying to decide between Jaden Daniels and Jalen Hurts, I've been going Jalen Hurts more so than the other way around. So I'm going to try it with Jaden Daniels in here to see what I got. That's what we do with mocks. We're practicing.
Mm-hmm. And this is, what's the status of
Joe's that guy that's in the draft and everybody's like, just oh yeah, let him pick.
Yes, Jordy Nelson is still playing.
He hasn't tore the ACL yet.
Actually, I'm going to go look to see if he's available.
Adam Thielen is with the Panthers still.
No, he's not available.
Is Tyreek Hill still playing? Is he?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna do. You know what? We have 2. I know we have a super flex position, but we also have 2 flex positions. All right. I can't help it. I just love my running back so much.
I'd say you could start 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep.
All right.
A-Chain, I like that.
A-Chain. All righty. All right. So, yes, I'm one of those people that I agree with George on the QBs. There's going to be plenty to choose from and everything, and I want to get my other skilled positions out of the way first. And man, George and Jason have rubbed off me so much in the.
Whoa! Hey now! This is a PG show here.
Phrasing.
I know, but you guys rub real good, and and it just rubbed off on me. So I feel like I gotta go this route. But for some reason, man, this year is the year where I've gone totally away from that, and I just want receiver after receiver after receiver. And I am going to take some young receivers that are going to be playing some nice football.
I love Thomas.
I'm
not worried. I'm not worried about Hunter being there. He is going to be the alpha dog for this team. So
that's like the 207. That's surprising. I think that's the farthest I've seen him fall. And
he wasn't getting past me. I actually was looking at him, kind of hoping he fell to me.
George was doing that rub thing while he was thinking about Thomas.
I was rubbing and rubbing. I'm going to take a running back who I was not a big believer in year 1. Year 2, I was a big fan of his. I thought he would have a pretty decent season. I was not worried about the fact that they drafted another young running back behind him. They paid him this offseason. It might be a slight reach. According to the rankings here, there's a couple running backs ahead of him, but he did just get paid, and I think the workload is going to be there again this year. All the guy does is score touchdowns. So I'm gonna take my guy Kyron.
Nice.
And I'm gonna follow it up with the guy who didn't believe in last year, but I kind of am buying into him this year. So I'm going to double tap the running backs and take Chase Brown as well.
Oh, Mark is just rubbing his hands right now, saying, yes, Chase Brown.
Yeah, listen, I wasn't a big believer last year. I think if what's his name was healthy all year, he would not have had even remotely close to the season he did have.
So my concern here is that in the preseason game, the Bengals had their starters out there, and every time it was third down, P. Ryan came in. Every time they got deeper into the red zone, P. Ryan came in. I'm that kind of concerned. Now, those are also the downs that statistically running backs can get more injured in. So maybe they did it by design because it's preseason. Obviously, I agree. I think that Brown is a much more explosive back, but I do have some concerns there with that. Just seeing that, I want to kind of see how practices go over the last couple weeks of camp to make a final call on Brown. But he has slipped down a couple spots for me just because of that.
I'm not worried about it. If he goes out and gets 8 to 9 touchdowns this season,
yeah.
No question. I'm not expecting him to go out and put up double-digit touchdown numbers. But he will be involved in the passing game. He is the most explosive running back on that team.
Right.
They did get rid of Zach Moss, so that shows that they do have faith in him. So I'm not overly concerned about what they did in the preseason week 1. Just not worried about it.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so I know I'm up and everything, and I know you guys are all going running back heavy. But once again, man, this is one of those drafts when you got this limited of people drafting and stuff like that. Running back value is there even the next couple rounds and stuff like that. And I just want target after target and shares on young developing teams. And I'm gonna go with Drake London and go back to back receivers.
I hate the quarterback situation in Atlanta. And listen, Penix can prove me wrong, but man, Drake London was so bad last year with Penix in there.
No, he wasn't. Go back and look at his stats.
I'll pull him up with Penix.
London was good with Penix.
Speaking of smoke, guys,
it was a very small sample size. It was like a 3-game sample size. But while we do that, Justin, why don't you make your pick here?
Okay, so you guys are figuring that out? Okay, because I was obviously looking it up here. So, I almost accidentally hit the plus sign on Penix.
That would have been great.
Because once it's on the board, it's on the board. That is the rule, except for Team 6. So I have a thought, a process, and an idea for this next pick. But I know what the Wheel of Consequences can do. So I want to do my first spin. We all have to spin at least twice for the Wheel of Consequences. So I'm going to see what the wheel has in store for me first. There we go. Shuffle 3 times. We have 76 items on the Wheel of Consequences this time. You can do a lot with fantasy football. I mean, Frank taught us that. Okay. I must select a player from the AFC North. Okay.
That is like... You can just take Deshaun Watson from Team 6 if you're...
Let's see here as I ignored Jason. Okay, so we have, in my thought process, taking a quarterback here was an option, but I was kind of hoping for Hurts, not Joe Burrow. So I'm going to hold off on that.
You're a fan of Higgins, aren't you?
What's that?
You were a fan of Higgins, weren't you?
Shut up. Let's see.
So,
AFC North. Man.
While Justin is looking for a player,
this is a rough one too.
Yeah, it is. The last 4 games of the season, I believe, is where Penix started. Is that correct? He had.
I figured you would have started the research there. Find out which games Penix playing, so you'd know which game.
I believe it's the last 4. 3 for 53 and a touchdown. We all agree touchdowns are fluky, but he did have a touchdown. 5 for 59, 7 for 106 in an overtime game. That's great. We'll take that. Week 18, against Carolina, which we don't even count week 18. He was 10 for 187 and 2 touchdowns. So that last game of the season, I think, is what everybody's really got in their mind. 1 for 187 on 10 receptions and 2 touchdowns. That's not. No, Don't fall for it. It's fool's gold. They don't get to play the Panthers.
You guys are
They
fucking.
do get to, they do get to play the Panthers twice a season.
Twice a season, but not every week.
Okay, I didn't want to take my second quarterback and it be Joe Burrow here, but there's nothing in the AFC North that I want anywhere close to this right now. So I'm gonna have to go Burrow, which at least keeps George from being able to get that Burrow and Chase stack later.
I mean, you could have taken Aaron Rodgers. He was sitting right there for you. I don't know why you didn't pull that trigger.
It's only a 5-team league, so he's still gonna be sitting there.
All right, so this worked out very well for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take AJ Brown here.
Yeah.
And then we're going to make
so I
this.
should not have done the wheel because what I wanted to do there was take AJ Brown and then take Hurts on the loop around, knowing that you weren't going to go 3 quarterbacks. So I would have had the nice stack there, but.
So we got We got the Brown brothers going back to back. They're not really brothers, but Antonio Brown went next.
I think are they related?
I'll find out.
And then we've got a friend from the past, Melvin Gordon.
All he does is score touchdowns.
601. I do enjoy that these guys are still in the system.
No, they are not related.
Just a very common last name.
No, it is, but for some reason I thought they were related. There is one of them has a cousin that plays in the league as well, don't they? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
So nominally, I would probably just take Josh Jacobs here and be happy. But I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel because I got to get it out of the way.
So it's Marquise.
I got to respond to Eli real quick.
Yeah, that's something you can talk to me later about, Eli.
All right. So let's see.
Let's spin
I was thinking it's Marquise Brown, Marquise Hollywood Brown, and Antonio Brown are cousins. That's what it is. Now I knew Antonio Brown or AJ Brown. I knew one of them had a relative that played in the NFL as well. I just couldn't remember who and which one.
Okay, we can't highlight the squares yellow to tell how many times we spun. So everybody just keep track of your own. Know that you're supposed to spin the wheel twice at least. But
can we do 3 times? Let's do 3. Justin, let's do 3 times on the wheel.
Since we have extra rounds, sounds good.
Yeah, because we got 12 rounds. I mean, we could probably do 4 spins.
Now let's just do 3 because also time wise.
Okay.
The minimum 3. I mean, you can do more if you want. All right, everyone's 4th round pick will be reset in alphabetical order from left to right according to last name. This does not include Team 6, by the way. This can only take effect if all 4th round picks have been made. So have all 4th round picks been made? Yeah, right.
They have been.
Okay, so
last
order,
name?
According to last name, yes.
I've got to unassign these.
Yeah, so we put HN on.
HN will go to George, and then Daniels. Hold on, I'm gonna have to type this down.
Just remember who you get. So I get HN.
Yep.
Rich gets Daniels.
Daniels.
Joe gets
Lamar.
Not bad.
And Jason I get Brian Thomas.
Brian Thomas.
No, I get Brian Thomas. Jason gets Kyron Williams.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's all right. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
Since I got stuck there with, I had kind of been stuck with a second quarterback that I didn't want right there.
Run HN. Okay.
You guys know I'm not upset, right?
Yeah.
Frito was getting Daniels. And then Joe was getting... Who'd Joe get?
Lamar. I'll take that.
And I got Brian Thomas Jr. And then you got
Kyron Williams.
And now I know who Jason's going to take.
All right, sorry. I got to get back to... Let's see, that added a running back. So...
Yep. That one was a definite, obvious connection. And if had you not taken him, I was going to take him.
All right. And so now at least until the wheel spins again, I have a stack, which I'm a big fan of in a best ball league. So
You still got this spin the wheel on the board.
Nice stack too.
Oh, shoot. My bad. Good call.
So if because you couldn't see it, I took Jalen Hurts, which gives me the AJ Brown stack.
We all, as soon as you lost Joe Burrow, we all knew who you were drafting.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson. I lost Lamar.
Well, I mean, yeah, Lamar. That's what I mean. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Enough.
Now that the top 5 difference makers at quarterback are gone, I'm cool with waiting on quarterback now, moving forward, just kind of like what George was talking about earlier, and what Jason, kind of a mixture of both. I agree with both there. So super flex with just this many teams, we can wait for sure. So now I've got I need to get another running back at this point, this many rounds down. And I see several there that I still really like. But with the the Colts have always had, well, since they've had Taylor anyway, we've had an amazing run offensive line, or run-focused offensive line, amazing at it. And every time we utilize it, he does incredibly well. But we never run the damn ball, and now we've wasted those offensive linemen, and they're all gone somewhere else. So now we're going to have a shitty offensive run line. So now we're going to start running the football. So because of sheer volume alone, I'm going to take Jonathan Taylor. Did y'all follow that logic?
Absolutely. Love it.
Plus, got to take a homer pick at some point, and I've got JT on there, so we're good to go.
And you just reminded me we can cuss.
Yep. New format.
All right. So you know what? I'll spin the wheel.
All right, you got it. All right, shuffle 3 times. You guys can see it, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Joe. George must select a tight end with his next pick.
That's perfect, because I was actually planning on doing that.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go.
As you know, you guys have to take the next best 2 tight ends off the board here, right?
That's fine. Go for it.
It was a painless spin. I love it.
It absolutely was.
You know what? I do have a flex position open now that Achane is gone. I do love my running backs. I'm gonna have to go with, I'll do Josh Jacobs.
Ooh, look at this. Philly Mike says that Micah Parsons is officially a Baltimore Raven.
What?
Wow.
Ooh.
See, this is where, like, if you're in a actual like home league draft and you have defense and you hear that news pop up, everybody's like, "Oh man, is now the time? Do I take the Baltimore defense just because everybody else is fresh on their minds now?"
Yep.
You know what I love most about that? It's just
Insane.
another notch in the Baltimore Ravens defense, which means they'll be running the ball more to kill the clock.
Yeah.
You know what else I really like?
Yeah.
You know what I like a lot is that Dallas's defense got just a little bit worse. CeeDee Lamb, and I'm not talking about this
Bingo.
specific draft, but CeeDee Lamb is going to be much more needed. So, good things for the offense for Dallas.
And Dak and Ferguson and all of them.
Yeah.
Pickens. I was already high on Pickens in that offense as a wide receiver too. He's not a great wide receiver 1, but I think he's a solid wide receiver 2 if they can pull all that focus over on Lamb. I mean, I don't mean to, what do they show picks or whatever? What do you call it?
I just want to know where he got that information from, because I'm not seeing it anywhere on Twitter. So slower roll.
Where'd you get it at, Philly Mike? Where'd you get it? I mean, I believe you. I trust you. Even though
I don't trust anybody.
Fans,
I'm dying to hear what the compensation is too.
It was a 7th round pick.
Frito, you're up, right?
I do. I just
Okay,
I
well,
like
while
to-
you're thinking about it, I want to remind everybody this next round coming up is brought to you by Break from the Grind. It's a charity podcast-ish group.
Is it really?
Helps raise money for Toys for Tots. Jason, would you like to talk a little bit about Break from the Grind?
Well, listen, Break from the Grind charities. Every year we raise money for Toys for Tots. We do charity leagues where you buy in for $40, $50. Some of them up higher depending on what the prize is, and then 100% of the donation goes to charity, and the prize is purchased from Pristine Auction. And George and I do that out of our own pockets. 100% of the money that you put in towards the league goes to buying toys. So we don't ever take money back out. We don't say it's proceeds. We don't whatever. 100% goes back to buying toys, and toys are purchased for the North Brevard area here in Florida, and it's awesome every year to see the face of the coordinator here when we show up in our U-Haul. So if you want to get with either George or myself, we'll be signing some people up for leagues here shortly and raising money for a great cause.
And I believe that's their X handles there at George Reed FF and at BFTG Jason. If you want to reach out to them for that.
Yes. So just to kind of follow up with these two, man, these guys do great things. They've actually made me like this year, it was actually the first year where I cut back on leagues, but I joined more charity leagues and stuff like that just to go out and do more in that aspect of it. Because I love fantasy football and everything, but the aspect of the charity aspect of it is just makes it so much better and everything. And I appreciate George and Jason for what they do and everything. So
thank you.
With that being said, like I said, I'm going to treat this draft like I treat all charity events and stuff. I'm in it for the fun. And just because George has to pick a tight end in the next two picks.
Nice.
I am going Mr. Trey McBride.
That's fine. That's perfect. You had me a little worried because Trey McBride was not the one I wanted. So you're fine.
Okay. This sucks because I saw 3 oranges on there and assumed that the top 3 were gone. I forgot one of them is Gronk.
So I'm going to let me go ahead and get one of my wheel spins out the way. I'm going to spin the wheel.
All right.
And then after that, I'm going to take the tight end that shares my namesake. It's that easy.
Well, I mean, we have to wait and see what this wheel spin says.
Well, the first wheel spin said I have to take a tight end. So.
Yeah, but let's see what this wheel spin says.
Yeah, it might say you have to pick him from NFC South.
This is
There's
true.
a tight end named George Reed.
Yep.
You must select which position Joe must draft with his next pick. So you're telling Joe which position he has to draft next.
Okay.
And then
well, can I just let Joe know? I want him to stew a little bit, so this way he can't prepare. So I'm gonna tell him right before he has to pick. How's that?
I mean,
Sounds
if
good.
you want, it might
Make me
it
sweat.
delay on
sweat
a little bit, but yeah, go for it.
But yeah, no, listen, you guys are making me take a tight end, which is fine, no problem.
This is
Have you not seen the wide receiver core right now for the 49ers?
Yeah.
It is absolutely atrocious. No Debo. Listen, I don't care what you say. Brandon Ayuk is not starting the season. He's going to miss games to start the season. Ricky Pearsall, nice guy, like him. Juwan Jennings, okay, pretty good. Who they got after that? Christian McCaffrey? Is he going to get injured again on the first play of the game? We don't know. Who knows? But you know who never gets hurt and is always reliable? George Kittle, baby. George freaking Kittle. So, no, I would have taken George Kittle over Trey McBride just because I like his situation more. He is the safety blanket there for Brock Purdy. I love the pick. My next pick is going to be spinning the wheel.
Yeah, I think sorry, where's he at? Yeah, sorry, Philly Mike. I think you might have gotten hooked there on some clickbait somewhere. It's definitely I'm seeing more and more about it's not possible for him to go to Baltimore than it is possible. All right, so you're gonna spin the wheel,
but it's believable.
Yeah,
it is believable. What you know? What's unbelievable? Landon Dickerson, 3-time Pro Bowl guard, for the Philadelphia Eagles was carted off practice today.
Oh.
Philly Mike, I'm sorry to hear that. But when you come on here and you want to spread rumors about Micah Parsons, and this is coming from a Dolphins fan, I'm just going to let you know your all-pro guard is carted off.
This one's fun. George chose to spin the wheel. Jason has to take a third quarterback with his next pick.
and that's why you don't take quarterbacks early.
Well,
Yeah, because the wheel was going to make that happen.
All right,
Wow,
so I got
that's
to.
fun. I mean, we could go 4 straight quarterbacks here. I mean, because we could all use them, and kind of hurt him on his third. Well, it's his third quarterback, though. It doesn't really affect him.
Yeah, but listen. I'm not spending an early round pick on a quarterback. I'm just not going to do it. You guys do what you want. But I will not.
So you'll probably talk everybody else into making their picks for something else.
I just wanted some early fun and a little bit of sniping just to get everybody going. So this is a PPR league. I'm looking. There is one player who I still view as a huge difference maker on the board. High risk, high reward. It makes it fun for me. He could be the wide receiver 1 on the season, and it would probably surprise nobody. He could be the wide receiver 28 on the season, would surprise nobody. But he is definitely, in my opinion, a difference maker. I am going to take the Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that's who I was going to take. If you made me take a wide receiver, that's who I was going to take.
I got to look at your team, Joe. I got to see what you need.
All right, let's go ahead and spin the wheel.
All right.
Get one of them out of the way. Hopefully, one of them on there is spin the second round.
Nope.
first 2 rounds are safe, unfortunately.
Rich is going to get a forced trade with Joe.
You must select a player from the NFC South.
NFC South.
Put a little bit of that South in your mouth.
All right, NFC South. Who do we got for the NFC South?
Falcons, Panthers, Saints, and Bucks.
Ooh, what a joy to choose from. Damn, man.
Actually, it's not that bad of a division. There's some players.
Yeah, I know, but it wouldn't be any players that I would be drafting right now. So the wheel did. All right, if I have to pick.
Go with the quarterback for the Saints.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I only see 2 kind of somewhat logical for this area.
Yeah, the same here. Same here.
It's right there.
That's yes.
Yeah.
I highly considered him over Tyreek Hill. I highly considered it.
Yeah, it's a good pick for this division if I have to make a pick. So I need another running back anyways.
Yeah.
And it's a PPR league, and Alvin Kamara, he's not going to run the ball. So, but he's gonna receive the ball out the backfield for sure.
But you know what we don't know? We don't know what position Joe has to draft.
So we do know what position. Well, I know what position Joe has to draft. Joe doesn't know what position Joe has to draft. Joe, what position would you like me to select?
Oh, come on.
Oh, okay. How about wide receiver?
Good. Take a quarterback.
I knew you were going to be cruel.
Only because Jason has to take a quarterback next, and you didn't have any quarterback. Well, you had one quarterback, Joe, but you got to start 2 anyway.
Yeah. You know what? I think he's still out there. How do we filter by position?
Just click on the position quarterback at the top there.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Just click on it, and it'll sort everything for you.
You know what? I'll just go with. Yeah. All right. Screw it. I'll take Mahomes.
Yep.
You should have took Baker.
Not bad. But it's Patrick.
No.
Man. But I hear you. Baker puts up big juicy numbers.
Well, no, it's because Jason's got to take a quarterback. No, I guess you'd have been doing him a favor leaving him Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm fine either way.
He
Mahomes
is. Oh, go ahead.
Mahomes hasn't been very good. I think last
He's
year,
still-
what was it?
I
Three
hear you. He didn't have a
touchdowns.
great year last year.
He hasn't had a great year in a few years. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. They need to get him some wide receivers.
All right, Justin.
All right. Yeah, I mean, pretty easy pick for me here. I do think he's going to see a big regression in the touchdown department, but I mean, running back for for a good offense, he's going to get the goal line carries, and he's in there on third down, so he's a workhorse. So to get Cook this late, I definitely like that as my RB3.
Hopefully he reports.
Hopefully he stays on my team. This wheel has not been friendly to me yet.
It's not that I think he's holding out for a contract.
Yeah, he is. He'll be out there.
He's holding. Yeah. So I have to take a quarterback. Baker Mayfield is not who I'm going to take because I do think he's going to be good again, but I don't know that he's going to run for as many yards as he did last year. I don't think
Jason,
he's going to
do it.
40.
I'm glad I didn't try to screw you then, because that's who I would have taken.
Do it, Jason. Take Justin's favorite quarterback that's left.
That's right. Take him. Take Bo. Take Bo Nix.
I am taking Bo Nix.
Take Bo Callahan. Take Bo Callahan. You pancake eating mother beep.
Let's see. Team 6 is getting Henry Ruggs.
Is Bobby Boucher available?
And it's getting harder to find players.
You know what you should have done, Jason? Should have been looking at these while
I have been.
Oh,
I have been. That's how I had Ruggs.
Dude, it's a super flex. You can't tell me you can't find Blaine Gabbert. You know you have to take Blaine Gabbert for that team.
I've got 3 more picks. He'll be in there.
Blaine. Sony Michel's out there.
We got everybody's favorite, Kerryon Johnson. Now go ahead and spin the wheel for me.
All right.
I'm not going to like this team by the end of this, but that's fine.
It's going to say you must take a quarterback.
Justin gets an extra pick in this next round. Not this current round. So what round? Which round? So, okay. So not this current round, but the next round.
So you get an extra pick in round 9.
Yes.
Which will be your 10th round pick, but you lose your 12th round pick.
I'll assign it to 12 or whatever.
There you go.
There you go.
All right.
So the wheel's getting better.
I actually like that tab.
Which tab?
The one you just won.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it would have been great for somebody like me who has had to take quarterbacks. Let's see, we got 2 running backs, we got 2 wide receivers, and 3 quarterbacks. I'm going to take some PPR upside here. I have been a fan of his for a little while. I think he's going to do great things in Seattle. I'm going to take Jackson Smith and Jigba here for the PPR upside.
Very good. Very good. Oh, now I have to scroll all the way back up because I was looking for Sony Michel earlier. All right. So I'm excited about my next pick. I'm pretty stoked about the possibilities this year for this rookie running back. Omarion Hampton has crazy good talent, and he's in an offense that wants to run the football. So when I was thinking Cook, I was debating on which running back to take, knowing that Jason only had 2 running backs. I thought for sure he was going to take one. Luckily, I get them both.
I pushed that by accident. I didn't realize I was actually up. Can you undo McConkey? I was going to spin the clock. I thought I was putting in my queue.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to.
You want to spin the wheel then, you said?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Get my second spin out of the way.
Hey, Jason, for wide receivers,
Yep.
look at number 619.
Ooh, this could shake it up. Choose 2 people that aren't you to make a forced trade. You also choose the trade, Joe.
Hey,
So-
Joe.
Yes.
Joe, you know George really hates Bo Nix, and I have 3 quarterbacks.
And you have 3 quarterbacks?
Hey, Joe,
Hey-
he has 3
hey,
quarterbacks.
Joe.
Leave it alone.
Joe, how great would it be if Jason got another quarterback?
Oh man, he's getting old. That would be funny. All right, I don't want to do too heavy on this screw over here since Jason's already got 3 quarterbacks apparently.
He needs a 4th.
Let's
and
see.
the
All
first
right.
2 rounds are safe, so it's got to be third round and on. But any
All right,
players
so-
are up for this trade, Joe.
All right, so I can't be involved.
Correct.
Okay. Let's do Henry Ruggs.
No, not Team 6, not Team 6.
Okay.
My kind of selection there, Joe.
You know what? Who has only 1 quarterback?
Me
Rich.
and Rich.
All right. So,
But
Jason,
George has 0 quarterbacks.
I'm going to help Jason. You've got 3 quarterbacks.
I do.
You drafted 3 quarterbacks.
No, I drafted 2. I mean, I technically drafted 3, but I lost Lamar Jackson in that swap,
Oh,
and then I
that's
drafted Hurts. But then I had to draft Bo Nix because of the wheel. So yeah, technically I drafted him, but it's because I had to.
all right. Let's give. All right. Let's see. Guess I don't want to do this spend too much time on this. Hey, get out of the way, Mamba. All right. We're gonna move Bo Nix. Jason, I'm actually gonna help you out.
I appreciate this, Joe.
Bo Nix. And let's see. And I'll give you Cook.
What? No, Joe. You're gonna help Jason out.
Well, you got 2 quarterbacks now. I know you didn't want a second quarterback now.
I mean, I do like Bo Nix, but
I was going to say, he gave you one of your favorite quarterbacks. Don't be
in this type of
complaining.
format, I like him in the last round. That was where I was going to like him.
And to pick now too, right?
Yes, yeah. You still get to make a pick.
Thanks, Joe. Did you want Lad McConkey?
I don't think I heard anyone here. Let me do another quick look over.
Oh yeah, you can make the pick.
No, it's okay. That is who I'm probably taking. You know what? It's gonna be McConkey.
There it is. Yeah, you definitely needed another wide receiver there.
Yeah. Oh, Melvin.
Let's spin the wheel.
So the way I see it, no one got seriously hurt in that.
Uh-huh.
No, and I truly appreciate you, Joe.
Well, one of
Joe,
us disagree with that.
It would have been, Joe, it still would have been great had you given him a 4th quarterback. I'm just saying.
It would have been. Mean Joe would have done that.
Jason was making quarterbacks
All right.
great again in this
Rich,
draft.
Rich, you must select a wide receiver with this pick. And I know you're not upset about that.
No, I'm not at all.
I wouldn't
Let's
be.
see.
Because that's the position I'm looking at also.
Wide receiver. I'm gonna leave you the receiver you want.
You don't know which one it is.
I do. I'm going Mr. Marvin Harrison. I'm gonna keep this team young when I make the picks. Now I'm a Kamara. I know he's not young, but look, Marvin Harrison of the Harrison clan. Come on now, man. He put on weight.
So now tell us which T. Higgins it is that George wants. I mean, which wide receiver it is that George wants.
Let me guess. It ends in Higgins. There's multiple Higgins.
You would be incorrect. So one thing I agree with about this draft is you do need to get positions that give you advantage, especially being there's only 10 or 5 teams. This is not super flex, but it is a very small league. So where you can get your little bit of advantages, you need to take them. So I'm going to take Sam Laporta, give myself 2 tight ends, because I do want to hedge my bets and see if I can get a positional advantage at the tight end position.
Damn you!
And there's 2 flex also, so
there is also 2 flexes.
Played in a flex.
Yep. So I'm going to go with Laporta there, and then my next pick, I'm going to spin the wheel. This will be my 3rd spin, by the way.
All right, George, here you go.
I should probably switch screens so I can actually see the wheel.
Okay, George, you must select a player from the NFC West.
I have somebody in mind, but I want to make sure that I know which teams are in the NFC West. Okay. I figured that would be important. You know what I mean? Like, if you're forcing me to take somebody from a division, I should know who the division is. At this point in the draft, there is actually a player from the NFC West I was looking at. When healthy, he's an absolute beast. The problem is he's got to remain healthy for you. If he played all 16 or 17 games, he would be getting drafted a lot higher. That's going to be Mr. Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good pick. I was hoping that he would slide back down to me there once Cook was ripped away from my team.
All right. So I am sticking with another trend here. And I am going young. And where I think I need to go young, again, is at running back this time. And I like this running back. I don't know what he's going to do yet, but let's just see what Mr. Sean Payton is going to do with this young man and with Mr. Harvey.
Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. You know what? There's really this guy is really. I have a few options here. All right, guys. I should have put more thought into this beforehand. You know what? I'm gonna take a guy who is all right. He's the wide receiver 2, but the wide receiver 2 on a really good offense with a really good quarterback. That's T. Higgins.
Very easily could be the wide receiver 1 on any other team.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for a handful of games.
Yeah, this is true.
I just need Jamar Chase to get injured.
No, we don't. We don't wish injury on nobody, especially Jamar Chase.
I wish no injuries. I just need it to happen.
I was really considering taking this next player where I took Omari and Hampton, but with the risk of the holdout with Cook, I didn't want to do that. Now that Cook's not on my team, I'm going to go ahead and take the chance with this guy. Just so, wait, no, I can't do that anymore either because I don't have Jaden Daniels on my team anymore. I was going to go with Terry McLaurin here and hope that he made it back in time for the season and have that stack.
He'll be back.
Yeah, I still might do it, but honestly, I was also really kind of looking at tight end too, and Jason doesn't have any tight ends, and I think there's only a couple guys left that I would really want to say that I definitely have coming out of this. And in best ball formats, I think he's going to be a Mr. Consistent. He's not going to get huge numbers, I don't think, but when you have a weak quarterback, and I've already stated that J.J. McCarthy scares me, they tend to lean on their tight end. So give me Mr. Steady Eddie here, T.J. Hawkinson.
That was the pick I was originally going to take, and I decided to go with Higgins.
Before I make my picks, I'm going to go ahead and just put in Team 6 so we don't do that around the horn thing again. You're going to get AJ Green. beautiful.
Rich, how many times? So I've spun the wheel 3 times. Rich, how many times have you spun it?
2 times.
Joe?
2.
Justin?
I've spun it at guaranteed once. I'm almost positive twice, but I was going to do it on the next spin too, just to be safe.
I'm just seeing how close we are for everybody getting 3. Jason?
I've done 2.
Okay.
All right, so it is my turn to pick.
Yep.
I've got Allen Robinson and AJ Green there for Team 6.
That's solid.
They are. They look at that team is. If they accidentally get a point, I would be surprised.
If this was like 2018, that'd be a hell of a team. Henry Ruggs wouldn't be on it, but other than that, it would be a hell of a team.
All right, so I'm on the clock. I'm going to go ahead and take the volume of Garrett Wilson. Most people that have watched the Sunday shows knows that I am not high on Garrett Wilson. I never have been.
Neither is anybody else right now. That's why he's there.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to get a lot of volume. There's not a lot else there. So at this point in the draft,
For sure.
being able to get that kind of volume. I'm also, now that we're here, we're going to spin the wheel.
Gotcha.
And that'll be your 3rd spin, right?
That'll be my 3rd spin. That's correct.
Okay.
3rd spin. You are daring.
I've done 3 as well.
You choose 2 people to swap pick spots in the next. Oh, wait a minute. We forgot to give me 2 picks in a row. I was supposed to get 2 in a row on that last one.
Well, we'll let you do 2 here since we already missed it.
I mean, maybe I should do 1 now before you pick. Seems like
I think we should back Garrett Wilson out unless
I wasn't going to
Justin
take
wants
Garrett
him.
Wilson.
Okay, so leave Wilson and then just make your 12th round pick now, and then Jason can do this.
Well,
Okay,
you
so
could,
Jason-
or I could just swap your spots.
What do you mean?
No, I'm supposed to choose 2 people to swap picks.
Yeah,
Well,
but before you
I would have
did this,
already made my pick though.
Make your pick.
Yeah, Justin's got to make his pick first before this goes into effect.
Make your 12th round pick.
Just tell Jason who it is, and he'll assign it to 12.
You know what? Best ball format. Let's see if he makes it back. I'm going to go Rashee Rice. Plus, it's going to look like it's my 12th round pick, so I'm cool with it.
And then Justin loses his 10th pick, doesn't he?
No.
I lose my 12th. So he's putting
Okay.
Rashee Rice.
I got you.
So then now,
I can
Jason,
swap picks.
you choose 2 people to swap pick spots in the next round.
Oh, okay. So I am in. I'm going to take George's.
I knew you were going to do that. I would have done it too.
I'm going to take George's 11-1, and he can have my 11-5.
That's fine.
Now, let's try to remember this one this time.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll remember it. Trust me, Jason's not going to forget that he gets to move up 5 spots.
No, I'm not.
All right, now you can make your pick, Jason.
Let's see. With that. Oh, all of this threw me off. I've been looking at names for the 6th, and then messing with wheels, and I'm not taking Terry McLaurin. I don't like wide receivers who hold out, especially most of the offseason. They tend to come back and have soft tissue issues.
Soft tissue issues?
Yep. I'm not taking Brees.
Doubling down on the Jets.
I'm not taking Brees, is what I said.
Oh, I thought you said I'm taking Brees.
I'm not taking Brees.
I thought you were doubling down on the Jets.
That would be an awkward stat.
I was about to say, that's a bold move, Cotton.
Man, it is getting gross in here. There's some players I really like, but they're pretty far down, and there's not that many picks between this one and the next one. Who is... Yeah, there's a wide receiver 1 left. And listen, actually, there's 2 wide receiver 1s left, honestly.
Don't do it to me.
But Listen, he was good to Garrett Wilson. Then he was really good to Devontae Adams. I'm taking DK Metcalf off the board.
All right, you didn't do it.
No, because Mike Evans is still there too. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's who I want. Because at this point, just being the fact that it's super flex, I got Rashee Rice on the shelf for a while. Then I've got 3 solids, but I could still use this guy in a flex, and he's gonna have those big games too. So Mike Evans, welcome to the team.
Nice. That was probably my next pick. I think we just made him. Let's see. Let me see. Who do I have here?
I forgot to do the wheel. I think I have to do the wheel too because I'm not positive that I've.
Yeah, you have to. You have to do the wheel.
I think I spun twice, but I'm not positive. So take Mike Evans off, and if the wheel allows me, then I'll take him again.
All right, let's wheel it up. You must take Mike Evans. I don't know.
You must select which position Rich must draft with his next pick. Okay, so go ahead and give me Mike Evans back, or well, I can just do it, I guess. And then Rich, Joe, you can go ahead and select. I'm gonna look at Rich's team and see what I need him to select next.
Okay, I think I know who I'm going to take. I'm going to take someone who's pretty safe as long as he's getting older, but he's safe as long as he's healthy, which is not often.
You know what, Rich? You know what you really need on that team is a tight end. I think that's what you need to do next is secure up that tight end spot.
All right. Speaking of tight end, I'm going to go with Mark Andrews.
Yes.
I was taking the pick anyway, Rich. I needed a tight end, and I was hoping that Laporta was going to last. He didn't.
That was calculated. I did see that he needed that Joe needed a tight end too. So
yeah, once Hopkinson went, I started sweating bullets.
That's fine. And like I said, this is all for fun, and I appreciate y'all throwing these challenges at me and stuff like that. But I'm still going to stick with my theme here and stuff like that with young players.
I love it.
So I'm not going Kelsey. I'm not going Ingram. I'm not going all of them.
Loveland.
Tyler Warren.
I'm going with Mr. Tyler Warren.
I knew you were.
Oh, nice.
Good pick.
Thought it might be Colston Loveland. But
all right, so I'm on the clock.
No, nice pick, Rich.
I think I'm going to go quarterback, being that I don't have one. The guy did put up a lot of fantasy points last year. It's going to go Baker Mayfield. This is why I don't mind waiting, especially in a league this size, for a quarterback.
All right, now it's my turn.
Yep.
Ooh, let's see here. So much value left on the board. And I'm gonna take another wide receiver here. You know what?
You spun the wheel 3. Has everybody spun the wheel 3 times now? Besides me?
I've spun it 3.
I thought it was. Oh, we all have to spin it 3 times. I thought it was 2 times.
Yeah, it's 3 times.
3.
I didn't. I've only spun twice.
That's just for this episode. We because there's so many rounds.
No worries.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and take a wide receiver here, and I'm reaching down a little bit, but I want the big games. I want drive enders. I want a guy who can hit from anywhere on the field, and I'm gonna take Jameson Williams.
Yeah, good pick.
In a best ball, yes, it is.
Yeah, that's where I should have gone instead of Mike Evans.
Yeah, solid pick.
So what I'm going to have to do, George, I'm going to give you somebody. I'm just going to scroll.
Give me Blaine. Blaine.
Why do you have to give him somebody?
Well, because if not, it'll be stuck on George, and nobody will be able to make a pick.
Oh, I see.
There we go.
Because
So when I pick, he'll just take Blaine Gabbert out and put somebody else there. That's fine.
Yep.
I see.
All right, so I do have to spin the wheel one more time, so let's go ahead and get it over with. And hopefully this doesn't affect me at all,
Rich, we're all hoping that.
because I know who I want here.
You must take a tight end,
You must select a tight end.
a quarterback.
Okay.
There you go.
That's not bad for you.
All right, well, it wasn't who I wanted to pick yet here, so let's see.
But it is
with
also a
my-
position of need for you. So
Going with my theme here, I am going to go with Mr. You know what? Screw it. I'm going J.J. McCarthy.
You are throwing caution to the wind.
yes,
Yep.
he is.
Mr. J.J. McCarthy.
I think Bijan is the oldest. No, Kamara's the oldest player on this team. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, just going with
And
the
he was
theme.
forced into that pick.
Let's roll with it.
All right, so I have to spin the wheel my third time.
You got it.
Let's do that. Hopefully it's painless. Knock on wood.
Excuse me.
Make a forced trade
Mm.
with Jason, but Jason picks the trade.
Ooh, that's brutal. Now, Jason,
Except that
He
failed
helped you out
Jason
earlier.
here.
yeah,
He
he
did-
helped you out.
He did very much help me out, and
Now, does it have to be with Joe, or does he get to pick somebody to trade with, but Jason gets to make the pick?
No,
No.
Joe has to make a forced trade with Jason, but Jason is
Oh,
choosing the trade.
let's see, what does Joe have more than he needs?
He's got a balanced team.
He does. This is tough because I don't want to. Joe helped me out a lot here. Like, honestly, I could take Puka Nakua and give him like DK Metcalf or whatever, but Joe was really nice to me earlier, so I'm gonna take Puka Nakua and give him DK Metcalf. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Do it.
Okay.
Hey, Jason, if
Yeah.
if you want to break your stack, you can always do Lamar for Jalen and put Lamar back on your team.
Yeah, I mean that's nice, but I do love having the stack, especially in best ball.
Yeah.
I could really use a running back, but again, I don't want to screw him. I'm gonna do this. It's a little bit of a screw job, Joe, but it's not so bad. I'm gonna take T. Higgins off of your team. I'm gonna give you Garrett Wilson. I'm gonna say we're roughly that's a rough swap.
That's okay. I'll take T. Higgins any day over Garrett Wilson, but it's okay.
If I was playing this game as mean as I wanted to, but again, Joe was so nice to me.
If it was me, I guarantee you, I would be getting Garrett Wilson and Jason would be taking, anybody else.
I would have taken George. I'd have taken George Kittle.
Exactly.
All right, so
Yeah,
you took a wide receiver.
I like Garrett Wilson more than Higgins personally, so I think you did well there, Joe.
They're in a tier together. We can say that.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna go. Man, there's some enticing wide receivers out there. You know what? I'm gonna go a little crazy. At least I think it's kind of crazy, and I'm gonna actually go with Rich's focus on youth. And I don't know. Oof. Maybe not. Maybe I won't do that. Forget it. Forget what I was just saying. What do I want to do?
Jason, you can go ahead and put in those two for Team 6 because once George makes his pick, it's going to automatically go.
Yeah. Except I had a joke for the last one, so.
Oh.
You know what? I'm going to go with. He's wide receiver. Not doing that. I'm sorry, guys.
It's tough because there's so many good players left.
Yeah,
That's
only
the
two
problem
picks,
of a small league like this.
and you only have 2 picks to go.
Let's see. Yeah. All right. So I'm sorry. 2 picks to go. All right. Let's not go too crazy here. Terry McLaurin. What's going on with him?
Holding out.
Is he just holding out?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go with McLaurin.
He wants a new contract, which I don't blame him.
Yeah, that's what I thought. As long as he's not injured, I'm just going to hope that he's going to play.
All right, and I have to spin the wheel.
So I did do my third and final spin.
I'm pretty sure this is my fourth, but I wanted to cover the case.
We'll get it out the way.
Okay, so the last pick that I made must be swapped with the last pick that Jason made.
Okay, so you get Jameson Williams.
Oh, yeah.
And I get Mike Evans.
I mean, that works out for both of you.
Yeah, because I regretted not taking Jameson over Mike Evans. That's perfect for me. Sweet.
It'd be good if I gave you Javonte.
Javonte Williams.
Now I have to make a pick and let's see if Hawkinson gets hurt or on bye or anything, being that it's a best ball league, I kind of need another one just to fill in there. But do I want to pass up on the talent that I still see on the board to take another tight end? And there is a tight end out there I really like.
Kyle Pitts.
Burrow and Nix. Is there a way to make a stack here? A late stack? Cortland Sutton.
Evan Ingram.
Well, yeah. Yeah, and he's on my short list, but if I'm going to go tight end, I'm going to go with the guy that's going to blow up if Cleveland does the right thing and keep Flacco in there. So I'm going to go with Njoku. I think he's going to be a top. And you guys know how historically I have been down on Njoku his entire career. But with that quarterback combo, I think it'll be almost as good as when he had Jameis Winston in there.
I agree.
He very easily could be a top 5 tight end for fantasy. So that'll be my last pick of the draft.
That is a bit of a snipe because I do have to.
You want to hit Brees Hall?
So it's my pick right now. Daniel Jones. Yep, that team's going to get some points.
Yep.
Not that many, but
it's my pick to replace Blaine Gabbert. I do agree with Jason. Stacking in a best ball league is a good thing to do. I do have Amon-Ra St. Brown. I do have Sam Laporta. I got a wide receiver. I got a tight end. Let's swap out Blaine Gabbert for Jared Goff.
Nice.
All right, so he's got Goff. You did snipe me on Njoku. That's okay. I'm going to take a shot that Travis Kelce is not busted.
I was thinking that too. So I kind of wanted to get, and I was thinking about that too. Actually, maybe doubling down on tight end.
What worries me about Kelce is it's not so much that I think he's busted as much as like the last 2 seasons we've progressively seen it more and more where they save him until the end of the season and the playoff run. And in a best ball format, I just feel like if they continue to do that, then you're just not going to get a whole lot of points from your tight end spot. He's your only tight end.
That's all right. We'll do all right.
All right, so for my final pick, I'm going to go with the guy. Unfortunately, this team he's playing on a team that loves to run the ball, and they love to throw to their tight ends. But I think he is wide receiver 1 on the team, so I'm going to take him. Screw it as well. Zay Flowers.
Yeah, I like it. He was definitely in consideration too for me in these last couple rounds.
All right.
Take the former Raider here, Rich.
I do love that Kelce pick, Jason.
Derek
Carr gets alone.
No, I have to go young again.
Okay, then you're not taking the former Raider.
No. I am going to go running back again, and I'm going to go with Mr. Trevion Henderson.
That's a great pick. I ain't gonna lie. All right, last pick in the draft. I do love stacking in best ball. I'll go 3 quarterbacks. I don't care. I got Tyreek. I got Devon Achane. Give me Tua. I got my Dolphins. I'm happy with it.
And you kind of had to go 3 there to help make up for some of that positional disadvantage you have at the position.
Yep.
That's going to help. Yep. Kind of hurt your bench at the second flex spot a little bit, but
that's all right.
Can we spin the wheel one more time to see if somebody had spun it once more, what we would have got? Just for fun.
Just for funsies. Because that last round we couldn't spin again, or else I was thinking about spinning just to fuck with the draft one last time before we end it.
Rich must select a quarterback with his next pick.
Which would have been fine. I did think about it, but
I'm surprised with the running quarterbacks that went. I'm surprised nobody took Drake May.
Yeah.
That is a guy who is going to run this year. He's probably he's not a Lamar Jackson type runner, okay? He's not a Jaden Daniels. But if he ends the season anywhere between 450 yards rushing, I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is going to have a field day too.
If he can stay healthy.
If I was waiting until the end of the draft, Drake May was definitely an option. But I've got 2 top 6 quarterbacks already. So,
the caveat to this is because it's such a small league and it's best ball for everybody that only has 2 QBs. Now you don't have a QB to flex in there.
Exactly.
Bye weeks.
You're gonna get a 0 and because it's a super flex.
Yeah, no,
so,
I agree. But
if you got one tight end, you're definitely taking a 0. And if you have, when your tight end's on buying, if your tight end gets hurt, you're hugely at a positional disadvantage.
Well, and to be fair, most best ball leagues have much deeper benches than this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players I would love to have taken on my team over the quarterbacks that I did take at the end. But
also, I probably would have looked at bye weeks a lot closer.
Yeah, I didn't look at anybody. I got no idea when any of these bye weeks are.
I never look at bye weeks. And there's always like at least one week that really kills me where, I just get all my players I usually just concede that week and don't even fool around.
Yeah, I would have went deeper with the bench, but I just for the time for the show, I didn't want to.
Oh, for sure.
Go too late here, so because I do have to work in the morning. But overall, what do you guys think of your picks here? Let's start with the 101 there. We'll start with George and work our way down. So, George.
I think my team is a very balanced team. Starting out strong for a PPR league with Chase and Amon-Ra. I love it. Henry, Achane, Brown and Walker at the running back position. I think, honestly, the key to my team is going to be Tyreek Hill. If he has a bounce back season, getting him that late in the draft is going to be a hell of a value. And if he has that bounce back season where he goes, let's say he puts up 1,400, 1,500 yards, that means Tua most likely remained healthy, and that means getting him at the last pick in the draft is going to be good as well. So I got 2 stacks with the quarterbacks. I got a steady arm in Baker Mayfield. So if my stacks blow up with strong offenses, which Detroit and Miami, I believe, are strong offenses, fantastic. That means I'm probably having a good week. And Baker Mayfield is just the captain of the quarterback group.
Yep. Not bad. Frito?
Yeah, I mean, normally and stuff like that, I mean, when you go young and stuff like that, you're leaving yourself open for, just young rookies and stuff like that. But I got a lot of second, third year young players that have already proven themselves. So my team is really high upside if you really look at it. I mean, I see even floor. I see a good level floor, but a lot of potential upside and stuff. What really determines my team, kind of like Tyreek Hill with George's team, is going to be my second QB with McCarthy and stuff like that. My season really depends on him because even though I got a young team, I got a proven young players. But on top of that, I got 3 young running backs, rookie running backs, Harvey, Henderson. I mean, that could really have some high upside and really help this team a lot. So I really like the way my team is, and I mean, I'm not going to struggle like tight ends, as you guys can see with my tight ends. So
you're welcome.
Overall, like I said, my team's a high upside, and that's what I like about it. Young and up.
Yep, like it, Joe.
I'm happy with my team. No complaints. I'm RB heavy guy. I got, I got my guy in Saquon Barkley. I was really wanted at number 3. Jetty. I'd say the only thing I probably would change is Ashton Genty. I'm happy I got him. Don't get me wrong. I'm really high on the guy. However, I look at Derrick Henry, who went pick 3-1, and the guy's a machine. He plays on a team that really loves the ball, who loves to run the ball, plays on a good team, a good defense that gets the offense the ball. I kind of wish I went with Derrick Henry there.
So does Rich.
Yeah, you're right. And then maybe I could have got Neighbors. Let's see. But other than that, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy with the team overall. I like the balance of the team. That's all I got to say about it. I'm happy.
The moral of the story is never listen to George.
Hey, I'm not complaining about Genty. Not at all.
So the top of my lineup at quarterback, I was a little bit upset to lose Jaden Daniels. If I would have lost him to, Lamar or Josh Allen or Jalen Hurts, I would have been fine. But I lost him for Joe Burrow. He's kind of, for me, he's that 5th of those top 5. But still, I got a top 5 quarterback there. And then Bo Nix as my super flex. I'm pretty confident that none of these other guys that aren't already going to be in the starting lineup are going to outscore him in the super flex very often. So I feel like I'm going to get some good points at quarterback. I've got CMC, who, like I said, he's still my RB 101, and I was able to get him 1, 2, 3, 4th off the board, 5th if you count Gurley, and then Jonathan Taylor, like I said, workhorse. The last 5 games last year, they finally started to use him. Who knows? Maybe with the quarterback situation being what it is, and AR already getting hurt in the preseason, maybe they'll finally decide to run the ball a little bit more. Who knows? I've been begging for it for years. And then Omari and Hampton. So obviously that's my shortcoming there, is the running back position, only having 3 guys at the running back spot. And again, just like everybody else, not really paying too much attention to the bye weeks. That could definitely bite me. If I have even just one injury, I could be in bad shape there, because then you're definitely counting on the other 2 to perform week in and week out and not get hurt. But I have a really strong wide receiving core. I've got CeeDee Lamb, Nico, BTJ. We've got J-Mo, Rashee Rice when he gets back from his suspension at the end of the season. That could be a league winner in the playoffs for a lot of teams that were willing to hold on to him. And in this format, I have to hang on to him. No choice. So, and then at tight end, I'm super confident between the 2 of them in a best ball that from week to week, I'm going to get solid points at the tight end spot between Hawkinson and Njoku. So yeah, I'm overall really happy with this team. I just got to really hope for the injuries to not bite that running back group.
So looking at my team, running back's definitely the short. I only have 3. I got Gibbs, I got Williams, I got Cook. I got to hope that Cook actually comes into camp. Honestly, just looking at it, if I had taken McCaffrey over Jefferson, I think this team would be the best on the board, because the wide receivers I got later are stellar. So I didn't really need Jefferson there if I had McCaffrey with what I got later with Brown and Jigba, Higgins, Metcalf, and Evans. So running backs a little short, and then obviously thinking about it, 2 tight ends would have been better than just 1. But overall, I really like the team. I think listen, it's a 5-team league basically.
Yeah,
everybody's gonna love their team. I obviously have the advantage with Allen and Hurts. That's where a quarterback is where I put stock early to be ahead of everybody else, and The only team here with a comparable to, of course, aside from Watson and Daniel Jones, is Burrow and Knicks, and Allen and Hurts over those two any day, right?
I don't know.
So
It depends on which Pat Mahomes we see. If
very
uh,
true. Like if we get good, we haven't seen it in a couple of years. That doesn't mean it won't change.
yeah,
He's a very good player for the NFL. It's been a lot of dink and dunk since the league kind of figured out play over the top of them. But it's also very possible that they continue to go over the top, or start to try to go over the top again and make and he figures it out. So like you're right. Like if Patrick Mahomes hits, Joe has two really good quarterbacks. So but with that said, I do like Hurts and Allen, and again, really just looking back, McCaffrey on this team would have made this team look really great.
So I think one big key here to notice, and I've noticed this in redraft formats with 12 teams. There's like a no man's land with running backs that's usually hitting at around that round 4 to 8 range, where it's mostly wide receivers going, and that would be very similar to this right here. You'll notice on the screen that there's a whole lot more green at the top than what you see down there towards the bottom. So if you look at it as a 12-team league, that's something to consider. If you're going to wait for running back, you may not want to wait super late because there's just a lot of question marks down there, and that's why we avoided them as well. All those question marks, when you start getting into those RB2s, RB3s on each team, and the rookies, I have a lot of confidence in a lot of the rookies, and I think Rich pretty much took the ones that a lot of us are thinking are going to be a hit this year. Not to say that some others won't be, or that his won't be either, but you're taking chances with those rookies, and I think this is a good year to take those chances with them, but it's still a chance. And then outside of those rookies, though, there's just not a whole lot down there for running back. So the reason that a lot of people were taking wide receivers earlier, though, is because of how many running backs there are late, but then nobody's taking them around that 4 or 8. So we're trying to get them more on that deeper back end, that rounds 9 to 14 or whatever. We're trying to take those late round flyers on those running backs. That's where you're going to start getting your own handcuffs if you want. I usually tend to get the handcuffs of my opponents. Personally, I like that strategy better, and then try to focus on getting my own handcuffs later in the season. But yeah, that's just a trend that I noticed there with the running backs.
So there was two running backs that did not get drafted that I would really want on my team, especially if I can get them as late as where they're kind of going right now, and that is Chuba Hubbard and James Conner. Both of those guys, especially James Conner, like, yeah, he's older, but all he does is put up RB1 numbers every year. He's the most disrespected running back one in the NFL.
Yeah, especially in a PPR league format too.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, gents. I got to call it a night. My wife's waiting for me. We got to finish binge watching something.
Nice. All right. Well, appreciate you, Joe. Guys, I'm also going to get off here, but
yep,
it's been fun. Oh, wait, do we want to do the whole find out what we're drafting next time with a wheel now, or do it at the last minute right before the draft like we did last time?
Let's do it now so you have time in case there's a wheel.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Yep. We can do that.
So because if there's going to be a wheel, it's not fair to you. Because you spend so much time putting that wheel together.
Okay, so I've got a list here. I don't know if I've updated it. So if we get something that we've already done, I'll just spin again. But pretty sure I did. All right. Let me pull it up. All right. So I'm going to shuffle 3 times. And here's what the wheel says. Roles from movies that we recast ourselves in, us and our fellow drafters. Okay,
Awesome.
so you can. This is my thought process on this one was whatever movie that you want to come up with in your head. You want to do an action movie. You want to do a sports theme movie. You want to do a romance, a comedy, whatever it is that you want to do. And we know Rich is going to choose romance, but whatever it is that you want to do, you choose that theme in your head, and you can reveal it at the end. You can reveal it as we go, whatever. But you're going to recast. It's all of us are the ones that are in this movie, and we have to cast each individual drafter that comes on the show.
Okay.
So you're choosing.
Now these are real movies, though, right? Like, for example, let's say I want to recast Jason as Beast in X-Men.
Oh yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that actually sounds a lot more fun. Yeah, never mind. I was thinking that we're creating our own movie. I like your way better, George. All right. Yeah, that sounds good. Explain that again.
So we're going to take real movies that are actually out there and exist, and we're going to take. I'm going to say they have to be big roles. They can't. You can't take, an extra and say, "Oh, I'm going to put Joe as an extra in this movie." That's not going to work. It's got to be. Not necessarily the main character per se. Like, for example, I used Beast from X-Men for Jason. Beast is not the main character, but he's a character that is well known within the movie.
Like Rich is Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption.
I was going to say Rich is Selena from Selena.
There you go.
I was going to say I'm Danny DeVito from Twins.
I was going to go Oompa Loompa from Wizard of Oz, but I didn't want to be mean.
There you go. So there's our draft for next time, guys. That's going to be in about 3 weeks, give or take. Because we're especially with football season coming up, I don't want to lock in and guarantee it's going to be 3 weeks. We might push it back a week or two, but I don't want to have a whole lot of these, especially during football season. But so tentatively, check us out in about 3 weeks. And thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you watching. Thanks for the chats, and I'll monitor them afterward as well. Appreciate you. Have a good one.
Take care.
See y'all.